To which he replied, "Don't worry, I have a shipment of frames coming too. You'll figure something out." Sara suspected that Irina kept Teddy somewhat grounded and focused. She was good to him and good for him. And Sara told the beautiful granddaughter of a former Russian mafia general as often as she could. "You're a miracle worker," she'd said the night before, which made Irina grin and lift her wine glass, replying, "May wonders never cease." Jim had been more than generous in divvying up the profits among his longtime managers and faithful employees, especially with Sara, who'd earned $37 million for her shares in Lightpulse, in addition to the extra $25 million that he'd given her as part of an exit package. She'd tried to insist that it was too much, that it wasn't necessary, but the elder Rutherford would hear none of it and threatened to give her more if she didn't stop with the refusal attempts. Now, with a large portion of it donated to various charities, she had roughly $40 million remaining. She'd invested most of it wisely, set aside college funds for the kids, and purchased 50 acres of land adjacent to her parents' farm in southwest Virginia. The rolling hills of the Appalachians were comforting, and the kids had fit right in as soon as they set foot in the deep green grass. Far away from the atrocities in Portland, Sara felt new, even though Patty Kellogg was still out there somewhere. But so far, she was comfortable with their position. The farmhouse was well fortified and featured an unrivaled security system. They had acres of open land in which to see approaching visitors, both good and bad alike. Within the past week, the FBI assured her that they had a lead on Patty, and it wouldn't be long. Things had finally stabilized. Sara's fear, lingering in the back of her mind, was that her troubles weren't really over, and never would be as long as Patty and Shelley were alive. But she knew that constant worry over possible problems solved nothing. Life had to move forward, exist, adapt, and embrace. Embrace the day, embrace the people that matter. Even her pesky former arch-nemesis was welcome for a visit. They'd been through so much together, so many unbelievable, unwanted adventures, and after years and years of hating his guts, she was proud to call him a friend. She'd saved his life. He'd saved hers. They were even. But Teddy was still Teddy, even under Irina's guidance. However, now Sara saw his overconfident nature more as an endearing quality than an annoying nuisance. Teddy wasn't so bad as long as you knew how to corral him. "Looks like rain," Sara said, glancing up at the encroaching black clouds. Teddy laughed. "You say things like that now? Green Acres is the place to be, huh?" "Goes with the territory. We should probably get back up to the house before it gets here." A gust of wind brought with it the distinct smell of rain, confirming her assessment. "I thought you moved 3,000 miles away to get away from the rain." "You know why she moved," Irina said. She patted Teddy's bottom. "To get away from you, right, Sara?" Sara winked and replied, "There's no place far enough." "Hey, I don't have to be here, you know. Be nice to me. We're on our honeymoon." He tried to sound offended, but it didn't work. He shrugged and added, "Besides, how many of these hicks keep you on your toes like I do?" Sara turned and walked up the gravel driveway toward her home. Teddy and Irina followed. She said, "Just because they live in the middle of nowhere doesn't mean they're hicks. You'd be surprised." She pointed across the gentle, undulating hills. Spring hadn't quite sprung yet, but some of the green had returned. Off in the distance, a large log home sat nestled among a cluster of maple and oak trees. "That house belongs to a heart surgeon. The one to the right, you see it, the one with the black shingles? A former senator lives there, and then behind our house, up there between those pines, that's Dr. Hayton. He's one of the top oncologists in Virginia, so I think he travels more than he's home." "What about that one, the beautiful one? It looks like a painting," Irina asked, pointing to the southwest. An old brick farmhouse with a gray roof and white columned porch looked slightly run down. Where Irina saw beauty, Sara saw a home that could use some work. Bricks had fallen from various spots. Vines crawled up its exterior, and in the dry